So, hi, I'm Lina Lundgren. I'm the Regional Business Leader for Governments in EMEA. And with me today, I have Owen Harrison, that is the Chief Information Officer of Court Services in Ireland. And Owen, I have looked at your plans for the court service in Ireland, and it's really ambitious. I like it. So, curious to understand, where are you coming from?
Hi, Lena. Thanks so much for having me. Well, just a tiny bit of background where I'm coming from. I suppose I spent first half of my career in the private sector running my own software services company. So my background is in software development. The second half of my career to date is in the public service. So previous to joining the court service, which I did in September 2020, I worked for the Office of the Government CIO, so it's a central IT function within Ireland. I was responsible for digital and data there, so I did things like spearheading our new gov.ie site, responsible for development of shared applications within the civil service. I also was responsible for introducing the first data strategy for the public service, and I was policy lead on a number of things like identity and access management. So when I joined the court service, I looked at the landscape as to, the bread and butter of what we do in the courts is to get cases scheduled, a lot of case management work. The investment in the court service since its establishment in 1998 was focused mostly on buildings and not so much on digital. So a lot of the systems that we had existed for many years, for decades, and had organically grown to the extent that we'd over 140 different case management systems to handle all the different types of casework through the court service. So it was clear that the direction of travel should be, and it's in our IT and data strategies, towards a unified case management platform. So the direction of travel that we're now going in is trying to get those 140 different case management systems and merging them one by one into a single unified case management system. So it's on a brand new platform. We're developing the capability and the capacity in-house, having blended teams working in an agile fashion, all on a kind of low, high code platform to replace essentially each of those case management systems to give a coherence to how we operate, how we manage cases, and importantly, how we're able to gather data and interrogate our data from our operations to feed into, operational decision making and strategic decision making.
Your project for jury selection is about to go live. Can you please share a little bit about the project?
Sure, yeah. So at the moment, if you're called for jury duty, you get a letter in the post, and you have to respond to this letter by sending a letter back. And there may be follow-up queries where you have to show maybe you're not able to do jury service because you're going on a trip. You have to send in your proof of travel and things like that. Or if you can't attend for health reasons, you have to send in some proof to back up that claim. Everything is manually processed. Last year, it was around 240,000 summons letters sent out. All of those that are responded to, the letters have to be physically opened, and a lot of the follow-up responses by phone or by subsequent letters. So it's quite a manual process. The jury summons system that we're launching soon is to digitize as much as we can that process. So we only have people's postal addresses, so you'll still get a letter, But from that point, you'll have a QR code and you can go to jury.courts.ie and respond online. You can upload your proof of, health or travel exemption or whatever it might be through the portal. There can be follow-up questions through the portal, an online portal, and you'll get your details of when and where to go and help about what to do and what to expect when you turn up for jury service, all through the portal. So it's really trying to, onboard people onto a digital journey so that from the point that they get the letter, if they choose to, they can go through a digital route. And that system we've piloted in 4 counties in Ireland, so 4 different regions, and it's going quite well for a pilot. We haven't done a huge amount of communications. We've got 30% uptake just by giving a QR code on the letter, which is great. And across next year, we're going to be rolling it out to the rest of the country.
Excellent. That sounds like a lot of success already, but has there been any challenges for you during the project?
Yeah, so like what we're trying to do in regards to challenges is take an agile approach to the project. So we're delivering incrementally different amounts of the solution and bringing staff and stakeholders along with us on a journey where, we deliver something, it's not quite right, we iterate, and the platform that we selected, being a low code and high code platform, we can be quite responsive to the changes that are the changes to requirements or new requirements that are, unfolding during the course of the project. And we're able to respond to those quite quickly. So like with any IT project, one of the biggest challenges to marry the solution to the actual problem space. And the best way to do this, of course, is agile, but it's easier said than done. And we have put a lot of work into how we're working in an agile manner, right from the tech we select, the whole way through to the people we hire, how we train them, the culture, all that kind of stuff. In terms of challenges, I suppose one of the challenges is public uptake. So we've got 30% uptake with very limited investment in communications, which is a great starting point. But in terms of actually driving up that uptake, one of the challenges will be about, we surveyed directly with those pilot offices that we went live with. And there's about 20-25% of people that don't respond digitally because they don't feel confident in doing so. They don't trust it as a formal way to interact with a state body. They'd prefer to be doing that via physical letters and post. So this is one of the challenges that Ireland and any country has to overcome when they're releasing public services, to try and make the interface and interactions so streamlined and so simple that people will be quite confident to click a few buttons on a mobile phone rather than going down and sending the letter into through the post system. So I think that's going to be an ongoing challenge through 2023 in terms of comms and refinement of the solution itself.
Excellent. And I have to say, it really makes me happy when I hear that the public sector is doing agile projects. That's really good, really good. So how staff and other people interacting with this change? Is there any feedback you have received? Anything more you would like to share around how people have received this?
Yeah, so for all of the jurors that came through the door, we surveyed them and we got a good bit of feedback from them. 90% of those that responded to us digitally said that they really liked the process. They thought it was easy to use, there was no problems. Around 10% said that it was okay to use, and thankfully 0% said it was hard to use. So we're doing something right, we hope. We have 30% uptake digitally. We're going to have to grow that over time, but it compares quite favorably for the same process in other jurisdictions and other countries. About 12% prefer post. And at the moment, we provide a free post letter in the post. So it's quite a streamlined process from a manual point of view. So we're competing with a pretty low bar from a friction point of view on the digital journey. It's something we're just going to have to work at. We are, and it's worth noting, we are about adding services and channel options and not removing them. There will always be people that want to or need to reply in a physical way. So we're going to keep those channels open. There are about 12 to 15% of people came back that they just simply weren't aware, even though the letter said you could reply digitally. So we're redesigning the comms pack around. Every time you get a jury summons, it comes with a communications pack in the post. So we're redesigning that pack so people are really aware upfront you can respond digitally. And that's coming in the next phase of the project.
Excellent. So really looking forward to see the uptake on this project, but also curious to understand after reading this plan, what is the next steps for Irish courts?
Yes. So we're on a long journey. We have to deliver our first main case management activities on top of our new platform. So all our current case management activities is tracked through Lotus Notes or Quest or Access or lots and lots of different technologies. Next year, we're due to go live with a replacement of the High Court civil system with our new platform. And we're also due to go live with our Circuit Court family system, again in the same platform. So it's about taking all of these jurisdictions and legal areas and bringing them into the new platform. That's in 23, 24. It takes quite a long time to do it. Every case type is different. They have different forms, different workflows, different requirements, different legal obligations. So it's just about methodically going through each case type and onboarding them onto the new unified case management system. We're also really looking forward to bringing e-filing out next year. So we'll start with that. So solicitors, barristers, litigants should be able to see their case, track their case from a portal, online portal, make filings, collect orders, all these kind of things, make payments, all online. We have some of that, but we're going to expand that over the next few years massively. The last and probably most challenging part is to try and integrate our case management work with our virtual courtrooms. So at the moment, we have virtual courtrooms, we have digital audio recordings, we have attendance in hybrid and in fully remote forms. They're very separate technologies and interactions than the case management work. So the eventual plan is to have these integrated so that if you have a case coming up, you can schedule it for a remote hearing from the case management system, and all of the people are communicated with in an integrated way. They can join onto the remote hearing session, and digital audio recording for that court session is integrated and can be accessed through the case management system. So we have high hopes to do a fully integration solution between case management and the actual courtroom experience. It's a big challenge, but yeah, we've lots of ambitions.
Okay, thank you. So I guess when we are at the end of the questions, I can admit I used to work as a lawyer for many years. So being a strong believer that the technology can improve and simplify public sector, I'm really happy to hear all the stories that you're telling. So I would like to thank you for coming here today and sharing with us. It has been really, really inspiring, and I wish you all the best with the project, and really happy that Irish courts are leading the way for Europe. Thank you.
Thanks, Lena.